Hello, my name's Gary Schotten, and I'm just happy to be with you. This may be your first video. It may be one in a series, but my heart's desire is to help you in business. We all have different backgrounds, so you'll hear about my background throughout these videos. But in this particular case, I'm going to talk about sales, not how to close a sale, not how to be a salesperson, not even to how to be a sales manager, but I want to kind of talk about it from a little higher level as owner of the company, how to set up your sales department, or how you might consider setting up your sales department, and whether you would pay salaries or commissions and base plus commission or all kinds of options. So I think it would help if I take 3 minutes or 2 minutes to just give you a little of my history. First of all, I was born and raised in a format that took me down a path of engineering, and I worked for corporate. I worked in the corporate world for about 10 years, and of course I didn't worry about sales. I got a paycheck. Then I ventured out into my first business ownership, started with a horse trailer pulled behind my family car, and started a moving and storage business. That's an entire story. You may hear it another time. But throughout that process, I was dealing with sales for every single move. I had to have a salesman, whether it was me to start with or other salesmen working for me, making a sale, because if somebody's going to move to Detroit, they want to know what it's going to cost. If somebody's going to move their offices, they want to know how they're going to be charged and what it's going to cost. And even though I strive for these national accounts, to be honest with you, I had to knock them down one at a time. One move to Chicago, one move to Seattle, one Ryder truck rental. It was a bear. And I started with me in sales, and then I hired my first half-time salesman, and I went all the way up to 5 commission salespeople, and I had a sales manager, the entire commission route. Now, currently, I own a machine shop, quite the other end of the spectrum. You are looking at the salesperson. That's me. I have no sales commission. I have no salespeople. I build every single job we do here is for one of 3 large customers or one of 3 or 4 small customers, and they're not really interested in a sales commission person coming to their door and promising something. They want to hear from me, the owner. So I've seen this in other people's businesses and in my business, and I hope to share some insight on this. And I hope that not in any way am I going to ask you to agree with me. I would expect, really, if there's 50 people in the room, you'll probably have 50 ideas. So I am not persuading you, I'm just sharing on the topic. Well, let's talk about commissions. Let's talk about some of the problems I had and we see. First of all, one of the biggest problems as an owner is once you start selling through commission, and especially on repeat customers, you're going to be handing over the most powerful thing you've got, building a relationship. Building a relationship with the people in that company, building a relationship with a realtor firm, building a relationship. So number one, you better be thinking about what I'm going to do if this salesperson leaves me. How far in am I into that relationship? How far in, if they left, would they take my customer base, legal or not legal? They have the right to continue on in their profession, and they may not carry out your exact customer base, but they've built a relationship with people, your customers. And so unless they go in completely different field, that better be a little bit on your mind. Some of the challenges I had with commission was once they start doing well, we had operations and we had sales. And pretty soon, if sales got going really, really, really good, they're making 3 or 4 times what the guy is out there doing the work. And now these companies, and my company, you have to decide, hey, is this fair? They had a commission, they built up their base. You can talk about all kinds of commission salespeople that their territory got cut. About the time they got to really raking in the cash, it was actually too much. And so there's a reorganization, and the commission sales altered, and the commission is territory split. I had a sliding commission scale. I wanted to say, hey, if you got me the best price for this move, you got a full 7%. But if you didn't get the best price, then your sales commission would slide down to 3, 4, 5% in there someplace, all predetermined, because these are people that are pretty energetic. They're going for the money, for the gold. Certainly they're interested in your company, but they're interested in making commission. There are some inherent challenges with commission sales. I'm not saying it's wrong, and there are certain industries that's the only way it's going to work. And I'm not trying to alter those industries, but you might think about it. Where are we headed when I have a sales commission? I'll be honest with you, I had salesmen so mad at our operation, I wouldn't even allow them in the same room because they had made a sale and the operations messed it up. And these salespeople were so mad, and the operations didn't understand. In fact, some way, if the sales was making a lot of money, the operations could kind of tend to resent that. Now, salary. Well, I'm not salaried. I am the entire sales department at this company. We do little under, well, we'll average for the last couple of years under 10 million a year, and I do my sales totally on relationship. It's that kind of business. I'm here in a machine shop. They don't want a commission salesperson in the middle of that. They want somebody that's going to answer the questions. They don't have to check with somebody else. And my entire goal is not to sell, it's to build that relationship. And I want that relationship built with me, strong, with no chance of someone taking or maneuvering into that relationship. And I'm the one that answers the question. I'm the one that they look to for the answers. I'm the one that can answer on the spot. Sure, I ask production. Sure, I ask, can we do this? But there are some inherent challenges if you're not in charge and building that network, building that relationship. So at this point in my life, I guess I probably would not hassle through the commission challenge. I would probably lean a little more to hourly or salary. I know that first response to that is, oh, you're just going to take away their drive and their incentive. But you know what? I have operational people here. They're working by the hour. I have other people that are working on salary. They have a drive. They have initiative. They're part of the team. Anything you can keep your team harmonious is probably going to benefit in the long run. And I just hope that I've shed some light on this subject. I just hope that you have wonderful sales. I hope that you have nothing happens without a sale. Everything revolves around sales. But in my case, right now, I'm in repeat and referral, repeat and referral, repeat and referral, and that's built on relationship. Again, I don't expect you to agree with me. I'm just shedding some light on the subject.